You've been told that you need to pay $100 a month for Sales Navigator just so that you can find leads on LinkedIn. But the truth is, you don't. LinkedIn's free search has a number of filters that most people don't even touch. They're sitting right there in your interface with no paywall and no credit card required. I'm going to show you today exactly which filters you should be using to build a targeted list in just 10 minutes, then how you can automate your outreach with a tool that costs less than 1 month of LinkedIn Premium. By the end of this video, you'll have a repeatable system that allows you to pull 100 plus qualified leads per week without paying for sales nav. So let's jump into it. Okay, so for our first tip, what we want to do is we want to start from our LinkedIn homepage and go to the LinkedIn main search bar on the top left-hand side. You want to type in your target role. So let's say we're looking for a VP of sales. Hit enter, and then you'll see the results pop up. Now, next we want to click all filters on the top right-hand side, and we'll see the filter panel open up on the right. Now you want to scroll down so that we see followers of and where we can add a creator. Now this is really going to be your gold mine. Think of an influencer or a thought leader in your niche, maybe somebody who posts about sales or HR or marketing, really whatever vertical it is that you're selling into. Type their name and select them. I'm just going to search for Jill Rowley. And what you're doing here is you're filtering for people who are following that creator. This matters because these aren't just random profiles. They're active users who are blatantly saying that I care about this topic. They engage, they read, and they're in market for you. If you're selling a sales tool, target followers of a sales influencer. If you're selling HR software, target followers of an HR thought leader. This way you're targeting intent and you're not just guessing. So hit show results. And now we have our list of all of the followers of Jill Rowley. If we scroll to the bottom, we have 10 plus pages. LinkedIn doesn't give you an exact number of how many connections there are or how many leads you have like it does in Sales Nav, but we do have over 10 pages of highly qualified leads. Now, we don't want to just stop there. We want to combine these filters. So we want to click back onto all filters. And now we're still searching for VP of sales here on the top left, but we want to add in location and industry. We want to stack our filters. So let's say for location, I'm looking for people in San Francisco, and then we want to scroll down and look for industries. So here we have our industries. We can just tick a couple different boxes. I'm going to select IT services, technology, information, and internet, and then I'm also going to put in software development. This is casting a bit of a wider net for the niches that I'm searching for. I'm looking maybe specifically for, in this case, people who are in the SaaS industry. Once that's all done, hit show results. And now we've just built a hyper-targeted list in about 90 seconds that was completely free. Now here's the second tip, finding leads for existing connections. We want to use the same filters panel, but this time we want to look for the dropdown that says connections of. So first I'm going to just do a quick reset of my filters, click here on the bottom, and now underneath the filter of connections of, this is showing first degree connections of a specific person. And here's exactly how you can leverage this. Think of somebody in your network who has a great list of connections, maybe a peer, somebody who's a non-competing partner, or even a former colleague, somebody who's very well connected in your industry. Type in their name and select them. For me, I'm going to search for my friend Arnaud. Arnaud has about 40,000 plus followers and connections, so he's going to be a great person to use for my connections of filter. Now, if we just hit show results, this is going to show me everybody that is connected to Arnaud. Again, 10 plus pages. Now, this is really powerful because it shows social proof. So when I send a connection request to somebody who has a mutual connection, LinkedIn shows you and John Smith both know Arnaud. It's borrowed credibility and it shows trust. Now, let me give you one more targeting rule that a lot of people tend to miss. When you're filtering, you want to pay attention to the connection degrees. First degree means that they're already connected and those are warm contacts that you have. Second degree, like we can see here, are going to be mutual friends. These are your gold mine. And third degree are cold connections. There's no mutual connection and oftentimes you can expect a lower acceptance rate. But the truth is that when it comes to second degree connections on a free account, those will get accepted anywhere from 40 to 60%. Whereas with third degree connections, you can expect more like a 10 to 20% acceptance rate. So when you're building your list, make sure to prioritize second degree connections whenever you can. You can also filter for this as well when we click on all filters again. At the very top, our first filter is connections. So we can select first, second, or third. Because I'm already looking for people who are following or connected to Arnaud, these are all going to be second degree connections as it is. But when it comes to using the creator filter, like followers of Jill Rowley, there I want to use second degree connection. So this is really going to be kind of your cheat code when it comes to a free account, getting the warm intros without asking for them. Now for our next tip, we want to go back to the LinkedIn search bar. Most people tend to type in one word and hit enter, just like I did with VP of sales. But LinkedIn's free search also supports Boolean operators using words like or, and, or not. These do work in the free account. You don't need Sales Nav to use these. So here's an example. I'm going to use the filters CEO or founder and SaaS, not an intern, or is specifying either or. I'm targeting either CEOs or founders. And means that both are required. So my search results must have SaaS somewhere in their profile, and not is excluding. We're filtering out interns and junior roles. So here we just hit enter, and we filter down from maybe tens of thousands of profiles to maybe about 2,000 plus decision makers. Again, we don't have an exact number, but we do have our 10 plus pages of results that we can go through individually. Now again, here is where we want to stack our filters. I'm going to select second degree connections. Location, we're going to select San Francisco Bay Area. And let's look for followers of Jill Rowley. Hit show results. And here we have our final list of leads with a shared mutual interest, people who are specified by our Boolean logic with location and followers of Jill Rowley specified. This is how you can build a hyper-customized leads list in 2026 using Boolean logic, filtering, and second degree connections, all using a LinkedIn free account. There's no sales nav required and no need to spend $100+ a month. You're either a friend of a friend or someone who shares a mutual interest in a creator. So if you combine this with your role filter, let's say connections of a mutual friend, plus a founder, plus the industry that they're in, now you're targeting founders that are in tech who are maybe just 1 degree away from somebody that you both know. And your acceptance rate just doubled. Okay, so now that we have a highly qualified leads list, I want to show you how you can automate your outreach without wasting hours of manual typing and sending connection requests. I use firstlines.ai, the #1 LinkedIn automation outreach tool. So first we go to firstlines.ai's website and click try for free to create an account and get a free 7-day trial, no credit card required. Once you've logged into the dashboard, go to the Chrome Web Store, search for firstlines.ai and click add to Chrome. Add extension. And now we can go back to our LinkedIn page. Now here, nothing has changed just yet, but because we've just installed the Firstlines Chrome extension, we want to just do a quick page refresh. And now we can see that for each lead, there's now a blue Firstlines import lead button. So because you're not using Sales Navigator, you do need to go through individually to select which leads you would like to import. So let's just start with our first one, click import lead. And because I'm already logged into the Firstlines dashboard, I can select if I want to create a new list or if I want to add this person to a campaign. We're going to say new list. And for my list name, I want to keep it somewhat similar to my filters. So I'm just going to keep mine as second degree connections, followers of Jill Rowley, CEOs and founders of SaaS. Hit OK. I can see that my first leads list has been created, second degree connections, Jill Rowley followers, and my source is coming from LinkedIn search. Now go back to LinkedIn and you can import these leads individually for as many people as you want to add to this particular leads list. Now I can see that I've added Brian to this leads list and I can click to open his profile. So this shows me that I've already imported him. Okay, so now let's go back and add a few more leads. Click import lead. If you don't see your list popping up here, just hit the refresh button and then you'll see your leads list pop right up. So I'm going to select my list, second degree connections. Now it's importing. I'll go through and add a few more leads and then we'll come right back. Okay, so now I've imported all of my leads from this list. As you can see, I had 4 pages of leads who are followers of Jill Rowley and second degree connections. So if I go back to my Firstlines dashboard, I can see my leads list here and I have 39 leads in total. Now I want to start a campaign. So on the left-hand side of the navigation panel, click campaigns and create new campaign. Here you can give the campaign name whatever you like. Again, I tend to keep mine quite similar to what the leads list title is. So mine will be second degree connections, Jill Rowley followers, CEOs and founders of SaaS. Continue to set up. And now I get to select which leads list I want to send this campaign to. So on the target list dropdown, click here and I'll select my second degree list that we just created. And now I can choose if I want to send this campaign to all 39 leads or if I want to send it to only 2 specific people. I'm just going to select yes for all 39 prospects. And you want to make sure that this blue toggle is left on in order to exclude any leads that might be already active in existing campaigns and to avoid doubling up on any connection requests or messages. Hit next. Now we can select our template. We can choose connection requests, connection plus a follow-up, message only, which is usually going to be sent to first degree connections, again, people you're already connected to, or we can start from scratch and build our own custom sequence completely from the ground up. Now, if you have a LinkedIn free account, you're going to want to select connection plus follow-up, and I'll explain why. First, let's click on this. And here we can see where we can build our campaign sequence. Now with the LinkedIn free account, you have maybe 3 up to 5 or possibly even 10 personalized connection notes that you can send with connection requests. Now, if you start off a Firstlines campaign using a connection request message to be sent to each individual contact, because of LinkedIn's limitations, you won't be able to send any connection requests beyond whatever the limitations are with your personal LinkedIn account. So you want to make sure that this connection request template is left blank at the top. Then you can put in your delay if you want to choose to wait maybe 2 days, 3 days, days, 5 days, it's completely up to you. Now I'm going to leave mine at 2 days. Let's say that I send a connection request to Johnny. It goes through as a blank connection request. Maybe he takes 10 days to accept my request. Then after he's accepted, Firstlines will wait 2 days until after that connection request has been accepted to send my follow-up message. This way, you can still send as many connection requests as you would like, and your campaign won't be stopped because of your free account limitations with LinkedIn. Now, another thing that I want to note quickly on safety. LinkedIn's free accounts have other restrictions as well. You can send maybe around 100 to 200 connection requests a week without getting flagged. That's maybe 20 to 30 a day. Firstlines has smart limits already built in, so you can adjust the daily max and the tool will enforce it. If you're on a newer LinkedIn account, maybe you've had your account for about 6 months or so, I would recommend starting at anywhere from 10 to 15 requests a day. If you have an aged account that's maybe a year older, you can push it to 25 requests a day, but Firstline safety limits automatically prevent you from going anywhere above this limit. This way we ensure that your LinkedIn account stays safe and does not get flagged by LinkedIn for sending too many connection requests. Also, I recommend do not use generic messages and don't spam. Don't send the same note to 1,000+ people. Because we've already created our custom tailored list using our filters for people who share the same connection or follow the same creator, use these mutual connections to custom tailor your outreach requests. So let's just replace this follow-up message really quickly. Hey, first name, great to connect. Saw you follow Jill Rowley too. Loved her last post on pipeline strategy. What were your thoughts? You can customize your message a little bit more as you would like using these custom variables down here, first name, last name, company name, etc. But just make sure that whatever your message is that you're sending, that it falls in line with the leads list that you've imported and that you're sending the campaign to. Once that all looks good, hit next. And then on our final page, we can preview the campaign before we send it out. So on the left-hand side, we can see we have all 39 of our campaign leads. As we scroll down, you can see each person as they pop up. And then when you click on each person name by name, it'll show you what the sequence preview is on the right-hand side. So send the connection request, wait 2 days, and then send a follow-up message. And we can see the individual messages here. So we can just click through and double check. If everything looks good to you, go ahead and hit launch campaign. And congratulations, you've just launched your first Firstlines campaign using your LinkedIn free account. If you want to try out Firstlines, we have a free 7-day free trial, no credit card required, like I mentioned earlier. Just go to firstlines.ai to create your account and import your leads list and send off your connection request starting today and see how it works for you. Feel free to find me on LinkedIn and add me to your campaigns as well. And I'm happy to provide any feedback on your connection request messages. Now it's your turn, have fun, and make your Firstlines count.